Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mercy and this is my space. If you're here for your very first time, I'm thrilled to have you. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming after 10 months. For those of you who have reached out to ask why I haven't been uploading videos, thank you so much. You're the real MVPs for pushing me. Delight if you're watching this video, I'm giving you a virtual hug because you're that one person that has been on my neck back to back asking me why I haven't been posting videos. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about culture shocks I had when I first moved to Italy 2 years ago. If you don't know, I'm Cameroonian from the northwest and I reside in Italy. I school here. The very first thing that caught my attention is how you address people here. In Cameroon, you don't call an elder by their name. Why should you do that? It is disrespectful. You know that you curse your generation for calling an elder by their name. You don't even try it in Cameroon. But here is the opposite. You don't call somebody that is not related to you auntie, uncle, oma, sir. You don't try it. Here, everybody is being addressed by their names. And it was really a struggle for me in the first year, especially at school where I had to call my administrators by name. See, I used to find it so difficult that sometimes I just walk into the office and then maybe you notice me first and you're like, oh Mercy, what do you want? And then I lay my complaint because I wasn't used to calling elders by their names. But it's been 2 years now and I've gotten used to it and I get to call people by their names. But if you're talking to an African on phone, maintain the rule. You call them auntie, uncle, brother. The second thing that caught my attention is the dressing style. In Africa, I'm tempted to say Africa because, well, we have very similar cultures. But in Cameroon, it's not very normal or usual for people to walk with very exposing dresses. People wear clothes that cover up their bodies and all of that. But when I came here, that was August, in the heart of summer. Many ladies wore very exposing clothes. And it was really very strange to me. I used to cringe because I wasn't used to it. But I think that now it's better because I know this is the culture here. Smoking. This one I was surprised. I was like, when I came here, like men and women in Africa, you're smoking as a man, you're considered irresponsible. Not to talk of a woman. A woman doesn't have to dare, she doesn't have to even try to smoke. Then I came here, everybody smokes. Then there was even this time in class when one of my classmates was like, during lecture he had to stop the professor. I was like, can I go out for a smoke? I was like, in Africa, you're even telling a teacher that you want to go out to eat yourself and they ask you, why did you not eat yourself before coming to class? Not to talk of going to smoke. Ha! I was like, these people, free life. Ha! But I've gotten used to the fact that people smoke and it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. You cannot really judge a person's character based on the fact that they smoke. Of course, smoking is detrimental to their health, but you cannot really judge a person's character because they smoke. You get the point. That's the message I'm trying to pass across. The fact that there's different types of water. This one shocked me past because when I was in primary school and they were teaching me this thing, environmental education, they told me a quality of good drinking water is it has no taste. So I'm coming to a place and they're showing me water that tastes like Ferregang. They call it Ferregang now. Yeah, they're showing me water that tastes like Ferregang and they're telling me that this is water. How does it even make sense? So basically, there are two types of water. The normal water that you and I know. And then there's this other water. In Italian, they call it acqua frizzante. I don't know how they call it in English, but it's acqua frizzante. Gas water. And you're telling me this is water. Till today, I still cannot understand why they call that thing water. Because it has taste. And I had to even Google, before doing this video, I had to Google to check qualities of good drinking water. And it is clearly stated it has no taste. So please, if you drink that kind of water, explain to me why you call it water, because it's not water. The next culture shock is the fact that you pay for every bag when you go for grocery shopping. In Cameroon, when you go to buy food stuff like tomatoes, onions, garlic, all those small things, when you order your things, the person gives you a black wrapper for free. But here, when you go to the supermarket, you pay for every single wrapper. I call it wrapper because that's what we call it from Cameroon. Please forgive me. Plastic, if you're not from Cameroon, if you're from Nigeria, you guys call it nylon or cellophane. I don't know how they call it in other places. But yes, the plastics you put stuff in when you go to buy. So when you go to the supermarket, excuse me for that. When you go to the supermarket, you get to, when you go to the supermarket, you get to pay for every wrapper you use. But it's not costly. I don't think it's up to 10 cents. or approximately 10 cents, I think. It's not expensive, but you get to pay for them, and that's just what I want to see, that you get to pay no matter how small the price is. Yeah. The next culture shock, the efficiency of buses. I love the fact that the transport system is so organized. In Cameroon, you have taxis just moving along the road. You just break a taxi and you hop into it. But here, taxis are so expensive. So we tend to use a lot of public transport, the public buses, for logistics to move around. And it's so cool because buses move according to timetables. So if the timetable tells you a bus is going to be here at this particular time, it's going to be there at that time. If you come 5 minutes late, you're going to miss the bus. But at the same time, it's a disadvantage because it's like the bus timetable gets to control your activities since you don't have a car. If you have an early appointment and you don't have a bus at that time, you might miss your appointment if it's not a walkable distance. So that is the disadvantage of this kind of system. Italians weigh pasta before cooking. If you walk into an Italian person's house and they're like, oh, we are cooking pasta, they're going to ask you, how many grams of pasta do you eat? When you tell them you eat 20 grams or 50 grams, they're going to weigh the pasta. And for every quantity of pasta, you have a particular quantity of water that boils the pasta. And for a particular period of time, like they time everything, they weigh everything before cooking. But for us, we don't do that. We put the spices up. The Holy Spirit tells us, sister, stop putting the spices. Why should you be measuring spices or measuring things when your tongue has the sense of taste? The sense of taste. Why should you be measuring ingredients? We don't measure. We put onto the Holy Spirit tells us, sister, it's okay. You cook. You don't measure food before cooking in Cameroon. You cook food that you estimate will be okay for the family. Yeah, but yeah, you have to weigh everything before cooking. You weigh the pasta. And in some houses, if you get into the house and you tell them you eat 5 grams of pasta, every time you visit that family, they're going to give you 5 grams of pasta. And that's it. Another thing that still has to do with food is at the dining table, Italians don't use one plate to eat. They use several plates depending on the amount of dishes they have on the table. So if you have maybe lasagna, you have pasta, you have risotto on the table. Risotto is rice on the table. They're going to use 3 different plates. Like one person uses 3 plates to eat. So once you're done, let's say we're sitting on a table of 10. We start with rice. Everybody has rice. And then we clear the plates. We bring the second set of plates. You eat pasta. You clear the plates. And then you bring the third set of plates to eat. And I'm like, who is washing all those plates? Please, in Cameroon, when you go for a party and you have 10 different dishes, you get an open plate. You put achu, you put jollof rice, you put kati, you put pepper soup, you put okra, you put all those things in one plate. Let the plate be full, like even watermelon and salad. You put everything on that plate and you munch it like that. Why should you be separating it? It's entering inside the same stomach. It's still mixed in the stomach, so you just mix it from outside. You wise. Italians do not cook their meat in their food. Like, you know, for us, if you're cooking huckleberry or you're cooking maybe okomobong or a goosey soup or okra soup, you cook the fish and the meat in the soup. But for Italians, they don't do it that way. You cook your food separately and you cook your meat separately and you don't eat them together. You eat your pasta. Once you're done, then you take your meat, because meat is a whole different thing. I've spoken about 10 culture shocks. If I get to remember any, I'm going to post them. I'm going to make another video, like a part 2 for this video. And with that said, I'm done with this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Invite your friends and family to subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.